Hi, Can here. I'm ready to do another sketchbook tour. I just finished this sketchbook. It is a Hahnemuhle watercolor paper sketchbook and 200 GSM. I started this back in 2022 and abandoned it for a while and then jumped back into it this year. I think I was a little bit intimidated because it's rather nice watercolor paper. I really like it. I've been trying though to not hoard things and use them, so I've enjoyed working in this. This is one of the stickers. I've been trying to put a sticker when I do an illustration that I make sticker of. I've been trying to put that on the cover. It just helps me remember. And another thing that was kind of different about this was the landscape orientation. I was kind of not used to that, not sure how to work with it. I usually work in a portrait-oriented sketchbook, but I actually ended up liking this pretty well. So let's just go ahead and look into it. Here's some more, here's the information about what the sketchbook is. Here's a couple more stickers that I made from my own illustrations. This is by Roxanne Coble of By Bun, and I thought this was really cute, this sketchbook juice. This is a bit of my washi that I had used to tape off a section and just stuck it in here when I was done, when I peeled off the page. I did this way back in 2022 when I first started in the sketchbook. It's gotten a little messed up since then, but started trying to occasionally make a title page in my sketchbooks. So let's just go ahead and dive in. I think right off the bat I did these two that I was not happy with. They were kind of experimental pieces. I've come back to this off and on. I still don't like it. This I got some new water soluble oil pastels and kind of was playing around. I did end up making a large piece, even though I don't really care for this. This is nothing special. I was just kind of seeing how they worked with water, and so that was kind of a new thing for me. This was some illustrations I did for Patreon sheets back a couple years ago. They're still available over on my Patreon page, so you can pay for a month and go back and get all of these from previous sheets. And I'm thinking about, as I go back and look at these again, I'm kind of considering making some of these into stickers too. I think this could be a cute sticker. Let me know what you think. I think this would be really cute as a sticker. So I just kind of had fun with this whole idea with animals with their homes on their backs, I guess. Just kind of playing around with that. This actually I had done, I think digitally maybe, and then I stuck it in here because it fit in with the rest of these. So it was actually the first one I did and kind of gave me the idea to go on with the rest of these. So I decided it should live in here too. So this is actually just a piece of paper stuck in here. I also did some yard work. Somebody had requested kind of gardening theme illustrations. This was a whole baking theme series I did. I did still try to use oil pastel in here, and I think that's part of what I didn't like it. It doesn't work well on cold pressed watercolor paper because there's too much texture, but anyway, I soon found that out. It is wonderful though for watercolor and wet media. This is kind of another thing that was kind of a mess and kind of evolved over time, but I kept adding to it. It's got watercolor and colored pencil, perhaps some gouache, I don't know. I was just kind of playing around with some folk arty thing, and I was actually just kind of, because all that was on this page was this lawnmower from, a previous thing I was working on, so I kind of stuck this in. There was a sketch of a lawnmower here too that I'd never inked, so I just was going back and making use of the empty pages. Drew these leaves in. I did the Spaces series, some little abstracts. Had a lot of fun with these, where they are kind of a mixed media collage. There's some paper in there, watercolor paint, colored pencil, and I believe a marker, black marker. So I had a lot of fun with those. This is another one that kind of didn't really turn out to be anything, and I kind of abandoned it before it was really done. And then here we have these little woodland animals. This is one that I made a sticker from, as well as this one. And then also this one. And I think I'm going to make a sticker of this one, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. This, I did an artist in residence, a residency at the Red Barn Studio. It was the studio of the artist Lester Raymer, and it has this beautiful courtyard area. And so I just took time to sit out one day and kind of just did a little plein air painting of that area. And then this, I just did a really colorful pre-decorated page and just sketched in this town later. This was another collage and paint, so part of this is collage papers from an old book, and then I just kind of painted to match, and I kind of really like the way those turned out. I think that's something I would do again. So it's kind of fun to experiment in sketchbooks. Not everything turns out. Sometimes things do, or you find something that you want to replicate again. This was just sitting down one night before I went to bed with a black brush pen and just kind of doodled away. And my part of the pen is where it was kind of drying out, so it's kind of more of a dry brush look. And so it was just kind of a fun little experiment to do, where I was really focusing on these negative spaces. And this one, I was trying to decide on the design for a stamp I wanted to carve of some foliage. It was to include in an art piece, and I did end up making that art piece, and somewhere, I think later, I actually stamped the resulting stamp that I carved. And I'm not sure if it's just like any of these, but I was just kind of working out ideas. Some more collage and paint. I think these were collage. No, maybe these were just paint, little painted abstracts. Very fun to do, tape off. Some I've been working more in these little grids, and they're very fun to do. And then this was just playtime. It was really fun, and it got doodled onto and added to over time. So there's lots of little details in there. So I don't always finish a page or finish a sketch in one go. Sometimes I come back to it over and over again. These I really like. This was another kind of experimental thing that I ended up really liking and would replicate. So I did these kind of watercolor, very loose watercolor landscapey things, and then I collaged in some bits for these trees that are in the foreground. I also did some scribbling on it before I even started. Very, very fun, and something I like the results of this, so I could see doing some artwork inspired by these. This was another, I was going to carve a stamp, and was kind of brainstorming how I might want to do these and make them all kind of fit together. This, I was just playing around with some mark making and really liked this mark making pattern. and have been going a little bit crazy with it and enjoying it on different things. Oh, here is the stamp that I carved, that I was working out ideas on that other piece. So I have these. It didn't stamp very clean on here because, again, this is cold pressed paper, so it's kind of rough, so it's not the best for stamping on, but it still gives an idea. This was just kind of playing around painting. I had a page I had done watercolor doodles on. Wasn't very happy with it, went back and painted the negative spaces. So as you see, I've had these foliage on my mind. It's been a theme that I've been revisiting frequently. More bases because I wanted to, I enjoyed making these other bases, so I made another page of them, another spread. This was a page I had prepared with some watercolor, just put some watercolor on it, and then went back later and turned it into kind of this landscape, but I just was really having fun doodling. I have this Pentel brush pen, and it just works like a black paintbrush, a paintbrush with black ink, and I love this. I use it a lot. You see it several times throughout here. It takes a little cartridge, and it's actually permanent ink in the cartridge, so which is a little bit unusual. And sometimes I keep using it till it runs out, and that page that had the dry brush, it's because my cartridge had run dry. But really love this pen and use it a lot. It's in my top carry with me supplies. And this was a fun page. I had another one where I had done some watercolor doodles in the background, and then I kind of wanted to play around with some folk art ideas. So I used that black brush pen again and doodled up some, added paint, added more doodles, kind of just thinking about what is folk art, what makes something be folk art. So that was a really fun page to work on. And then these are some map crunch pages I did, and I would really love to do this consistently, like every day do one, but I don't. But I'll go through a little spell. So this was on August 5th, and so I just did the map crunch that it automatically comes up with, and then I've also been, you can also search for a specific country. You don't get to pick where in the country the scene is, but you can pick a country, and so I've been picking some from Italy too. So this was a New Zealand and a Italy, a Mongolia, Italy again, Tuscany. And then these were fun to do, but they're kind of a little blah, good practice, but I'm not wild, and I thought, what is it that I want different? And I realized it's that black brush pen again that I really like, the more graphic looking ones with more contrast. So we have map crunch again. I didn't put where it was. This is another map crunch, Italy. I don't know where this is. This was New Zealand. So it's really fun. Makes you feel like you're, traveling the world while you're working in your sketchbook. And then this is a little preparation for Patreon for October. It's gotten kind of, I need to go take an eraser and clean that up a little bit. But every October I try to do some monsters with journal themed illustrations for my patrons. Kind of fun to do. So did a variety of monsters. This was a page I had tested these acrylic paint markers on, and so I just on top of those doodles, made a few more monsters. And some more monsters. And then this was just a page where I was exploring the idea of knots. It was kind of connected to an art project my daughter was doing, kind of inspired it, and I was just kind of playing with different ways that things could tangle together. And I didn't really like, I added the black and didn't really like it, so I decided to just matte another little watercolor knotty piece on top of it. And this is another map crunch from Italy and from Norway. This one's got some colored pencil mixed in with it. Most of these are a mix of media. This was from someone's backyard. And then this was another map crunch from Italy, but then I also did some folk art doodles. This back page I always use just to clean off my brush as I'm painting, or to get a pen started working, or whatever. And I just used it to do this folk art because it's the same watercolor paper back here, so I thought I might as well use it. So I have another little folk art illustration. And so that's it. I do really like these. I would get this kind of sketchbook again and not put off using it as long as I did this time. So hope you enjoyed watching. This was sometime in 2022, I think middle of 2022. Took me about 2 years to finish the sketchbook. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.